Yes, people, what's good? It's Tapping Toes. Welcome back to my channel here. Today, we're talking about Hugo Ekitike. Ekitike, yeah? 95 million euros all in. I don't want to hear no fixed, 70 million. Listen, the deal is 95 million euros all in. Yeah, Liverpool have agreed a deal with Eintracht Frankfurt to bring him to their football club. Now, this for me looks like a very good signing for Liverpool. Very good signing. The player himself looks techie. He looks a good player. Yeah. I don't know if you caught my last video on the Ekitike and the Newcastle and Liverpool business, but I spoke about how he raises the technical level of their options through the middle of the pitch, right? Up top. Anyway, I'm talking about the comparison to Nunes, but I actually want to talk about the financials of this deal, and I want to talk about where football's heading, because I don't want to sound like a broken record, and I don't want people to call me a hater, but I'm sorry, that fee is mad. That fee is mad, and it's never going to be normal to me. It just isn't. And before you start watching this video and saying, oh, look at him, he's jealous, he's having a go, he's doing this. No, I'm not. The point of this video isn't to dig out Hugo Ekitike. It's not, because he didn't ask for this fee. He didn't ask for this fee. He's just playing his football, and he just wants to move on to a bigger club, right? He wants to move on to one of the biggest clubs in the world, and he's joined Eintracht Frankfurt a couple of years ago. He's performed well there, and now they're in a position where they can make money off him because of how volatile the football market is. And that's the bone of contention for me. We're in a situation now in football where the prices are so inflated. Like the most fine of margins, some of these tangible things that they chuck into a deal, like it makes the deal just inflate and inflate and inflate and inflate until you get to a position where the overall fee is just baffling. And this is not exclusive to Ekitike. Ekitike is just the latest in a list of transfers. Now, I don't say this to say that this is a bad signing. I think this is a good signing for Liverpool. Very good signing. Very good signing. But you can make a good signing and still overpay, right? It doesn't mean that the player is bad. It doesn't mean that the player is going to be bad for your club. It just means that the price is inflated. Declan Rice's price to Arsenal was inflated. That was £105 million. But no Arsenal fan is going to turn around and tell you that's been a bad signing. That's been a quality signing. But £105 million for a defensive midfielder or a number 8, that's a crazy fee. That's a crazy fee. 108 million for Enzo. Now, I'm not comparing Enzo to Rice. Rice has obviously performed much better than Enzo, right? But Enzo for 108 million pounds, that's crazy. Where has that valuation come from? Caicedo to Chelsea for 110 million pounds. Again, a DM. That is mental. And listen, everyone says I'm a hater. Caicedo's quality. He's a quality player. He's one of the best DMs on the planet. He is. He's one of the best DMs on the planet. He is. But 110 million pounds for a DM, that's madness. That's madness. Right? We got DMs 8s going for more than what Gareth Bale was bought for 10 or 11 years ago. And yes, people, I know what inflation is from an economic standpoint. I know the market has shifted. I get that. But the point is, these fees, these figures, like, it's getting to a point where it's just getting more and more ridiculous. And if I focus on the striker market is even worse because there's such a shortage of good strikers. So like Ekitike, there's not many Ekitikes out there. So that's why Liverpool have had to pay this fee. There's not many Ekitikes out there in world football. And what I mean by that is a striker who's capable of offering you the technical qualities that you want outside the box, the link play, as well as the technical qualities inside the box. And he's got an eye for goal. Now, the goal return itself, because I'm going to pull it up now, right? The goal return itself, right? Let's see. So he's obviously one of the hottest strikers on the planet right now because he's got a combination, he's got a combined skill set of being able to score good goals, but being able to score goals in general and being able to be a good footballing player with the ball when you're not even in goal scoring positions, right? The dribbling, the link play, blah, blah, blah. Cool. This is a guy who PSG took the punt on many, many years ago, right? And I'm trying to remember how much they bought him for. I can't even remember, but it wasn't small money. I think it was, or maybe it was small money relative to what he's going for now. But the reason why I'm mentioning this is, like, Ekitike, right, has never scored more than, he's never scored more than 30 goals in his entire senior career as a footballer. He's 23 years old, yes, so he's young. Not saying he can't do it. He possibly can and should be targeting that for Liverpool, right? But he's never done it. He's never scored 30 goals in all competitions. Last year was his best ever return. So he hit 22 goals in 48 games. Prior to that, where he joined them on loan, so he joined the second half of the season, he scored 4 goals in 16. So he's gone from 1 in 4 to basically just under 1 in 2. Yeah. He's not even offering you 1 in 2. And again, please stick with me. I'm not doing this to diss Ekitike. I'm talking about the market in general. It has gone mad, right? 95 million euro package for someone who's never scored 30 goals as a striker. That's not a small fee. That's a big fee. I understand paying for potential. I completely get it. So when you're watching this, don't think I'm saying this to say that, oh, he's never going to live up to the price tag. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying at the point in time when you're buying, this fee is massively overinflated. It is. And it's not just exclusive to Ekitike, because I said the same thing about Randall Kolo Muani when he was at Frankfurt and he left to join PSG for 90 million, 72 million pounds for someone who was getting you, he was getting you similar numbers. That's too much money. And I said it for Solanke. And I wanted Solanke at Spurs. I said, yes, Solanke, bring him to Tottenham. But I'm recognising that we're overpaying here. So I don't expect Liverpool fans or any fans to watch this and say, rah, so we shouldn't have signed the player. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that the way football is headed, or the way football is at the moment, it just is a bit mad to me. Solanke had never scored more than 10 top flight league goals, but he had one season where he scored 19. One season where he scored 19, right? And he ends up costing 65 million pounds. That should have been no more than a 45 max or 50 million transfer max. And we signed him for 65 million because of all these factors. He's homegrown, he's 26, he's just scored 19. There's a shortage of strikers. Whatever reason you want to give it, it's just mad. And it's the same thing I said with Nunes when he joined Liverpool. 85 million euro package. Oh no, sorry, it was a 100 million euro package in total, right? Because it was 65 million pounds fixed plus add-ons. So it's mad. It is mad. Lukaku years ago went to Chelsea, 98 million quid. What's the justification? What's the justification for the price? And I like Lukaku. That's someone who's actually banged goals. What is the justification for the prices? Like, there needs to be a leveling out here in football. There has to be. There has to be a leveling out here at some point in football, because these prices, they're just getting absurd. And as I said, Ekitike is the latest. It's not exclusive to him. I've listed so many players. We've just seen Elanga go to Newcastle for 55 million. The prices are going insane. 55 million pounds for Elanga. Not a bad player again, but come on. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Oh, my days. My days. And I remember when Neymar joined PSG, they said it was too much money. But look at the money these guys are going for. If these if these guys are going for what they're worth, Neymar probably would be, prime Neymar will probably be 300 million in this market. Honestly. The prices, they're just too mad. But I say that to moan about the prices. But in the end of the day, as fans, we still want the player at the club. If a player is good and he's going to improve your team, and your team wants that player, you go out your way to get that player. I recognize that, and that's just where we are. That's just where we are. So Liverpool, despite, for me, an overinflated price, they are getting a very good player, and I'm interested to see how he performs. I really am, because I do think there's a lot of talent there. There's a lot of upside there, and I think he's bringing qualities in the middle of the park that they've missed. Right, for the last couple of years for obvious reasons. So I just say this to say, yeah, the price, bruh, never going to be on board with it, but I'm on board with the player. So let me know what your opinions are. Do you think the football prices are going brazy? Do you think, oh, this is an old man just talking rubbish? Let me know, man. Let me know, people. Until then, take care. Peace.